Hello, I love Tomodachi Life. Never has it been so easy to create a fictitious island where you can put all your favorite characters from all across different pieces of media and be a god to their needs. Why yes, that is me dating Marina from Splatoon 2. Could you do that in real life? No! Although I do have to admit that she's not very happy with our relationship. I think it's because I took her away from Pearl. Whoops. Anyway, today I thought it'd be fun to share my personal wants for a hypothetical sequel, if Nintendo is game enough to do that. Shigeru, get off your Mario movie making ass and give me some of that Tomodachi Life, brother. Let's begin. Right off the bat, I do think the base island is fine to work off again, with the addition of many new things of course. Although, I wouldn't be opposed to a new reworked island. But for the sake of this video, let's just work off of what we've already got. I want more interactive and explorable areas. I want to be able to see the arcade as an actual place Miis go to and interact together, instead of just being an interior. And then apply this with many other interiors, so they aren't just exclusively background decorations. I also really want more things to do in pre-established areas. Wouldn't it be fun if the cafe had a minigame where you were the barista making a Miis coffee the way they like it, and then they would just start talking mad shit about one of the islanders to you or something? Do not take the edge away! Nintendo? Fuckers. Sorry. Keep edging, bro. I love you. Something I feel this game doesn't get enough credit for because it's done so effortlessly is the amount of sass and mature dialogue strewn throughout. It feels so raw at times, and that's not even mentioning how every now and then, this game goes the extra mile where it does something that feels too fucking real.
I can't go on like this, let's just be friends. I'll never be able to get those happy times back again. Lowest, I will just thank you for love. I would like to see you try.
Sometimes I feel like I'm married to a child. You are unbelievable! You've managed to make things worse at every turn!
Life is pain! You know how many times I wanted to just give up? How many times I've thought about ending it?
At some point, you will need something more. You need someone who can give you something I can't.
I could do better.
I don't think you can. You'll choose your stuff over everybody else over and over again because that's just who you are.
I had a chance to avoid this.
You had many chances and you blew them all up.
What the fuck? So basically, I just want more of this, please. It's a very funny game, and I'd prefer they amp that up in an adult sense. I'm not saying I want my Miis to make jokes about their sex life. Just euphemisms will do. Also, on the topic of this, please do not censor the game more than it already is. I know that sounds like a strange request, but I think the censored words are fine, and I would really hate if Nintendo doubled down on making sure certain words or characters couldn't be allowed. It's dead set one of the highlights of the game, having your Miis say, "Fuck me dead man," or have them singing about cum in their butt. So yeah, if there's any further censoring, or they just make it flat out impossible to put in any of these funny words, I do genuinely think it would make for a lesser game. Please give us sexuality options. God, that is a fucking hard word to say. Sexuality. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really know all the sexuality options there are out there, and I doubt Nintendo knows either. I grew up in the gay era of Luigi got big titties, but if we could have a simple straight, gay, or bisexual option, that would be nice. I want to plop all my joke Miis onto an island and have the possibility of there being a love triangle between Danny DeVito, Wario, and Kim Wexler as they all fight over Charlie from Smiling Friends Love.
I'm a Sigma Chad, skibbity toilet.
Instead of having to make certain Miis female to have gay relationships, it would make this already funny game even more funny and suspenseful, knowing that the whole island could be in love with anyone, and you have no control over it. These horny fuckers are about to breed some baby Miis. for the love of God, include that Mii Maker from Miitopia on the Switch. The level of customization on that was insane, and it's such a waste that it's only been used on that one game. That seriously revolutionized what a Mii character could be after so many years of the same old formula and the same 6 fucking haircuts, and it stinks that it hasn't been used elsewhere. This just in, Nintendo hates cool things! When haven't they? Just more things to do and interactions between you and your Miis. I always think about that one event you can get sometimes where a Mii gets a letter to go to the roof, and all I have ever wanted in this cold, cruel, godforsaken world is like 50 more weird random events that can happen and affect the livelihoods of the Miis. Why not have someone host a barbecue on the rooftop and have some Miis come around? Or big events like that with somebody's birthday at the park where 10 Mii friends are all celebrating and playing the Mii's favourite game like soccer or table tennis. Hell, a table tennis tournament that you can watch your Miis play or even take part of and fucking demolish them. You've never seen table tennis like this! Ho ho! You see those hills? They've always fascinated me, and I think it's because you're never allowed to go there. So why not have a problem where a Mii wants to go on a hike to the top of them and asks who they should bring, and then you have to help both of them climb up? Or how about something else, like someone notices that the fountain has some rubbish in it, and you gotta clean it up. Heck, I would love if they doubled up on ideas and made some slightly different versions of events for variety's sake. So that fountain idea could also have different versions. For example, one where a Mii is looking for a lost item they dropped in there. Maybe it's a wallet, maybe it's their green card, who knows? Or how about you just go fishing for pennies in there with someone? Or maybe even just make a wish by throwing one in. If every spot on the map had at least another 5 new events attached to it, I would love it. Motion control touchscreen replacements. I think the second biggest reason a Tomodachi Life sequel hasn't happened yet is because of how reliant this game is on touch controls. The first reason is pretty obvious. What a dumb joke. But this is Nintendo with the best developers around the world. They should be able to find a replacement system to this touchscreen problem in their sleep. Just look at how intuitive modern Zelda menus are. Okay, maybe not. Now, I do think motion controls could substitute for a lot of what would be lost in translation, touchscreen interactions wise. As long as you can still tease the Miis with giving them their white bread for dinner, then I'm down to fuck. I'm one of 5 people in this world that loves motion controls, so finding ways to include them elsewhere would be pretty cool. Like when applying hairspray, you could just shake the Joy-Con like it's a hairspray bottle, you know, as opposed to if it was a fucking bottle full of cum. I'm gonna come! What am I saying? So it gives Nintendo an excuse to use that gimmick that Yoshiaki Koizumi lays awake at night and regret over its minimal use. Some events would need substantial changes if they were to keep everything in my ideal version of the game, but it's also a chance to make them cooler. The Magician event could be improved substantially with the IR sensors that the Joy-Cons have inside them, which Koizumi numbs himself with alcohol thinking about how little use that feature gets. Some events would probably need a complete change though, like the park photo taking one. There's no camera on the Switch as far as I can tell. Oh shit, never mind. All this being said, I'm only in favor of motion control support if it's an option. I understand that there are people with disabilities, some that get tired of the overuse of it, or just general haters of motion controls if it's still cool to do that. So there does need to be an option where you can use stick controls to pretty much do everything the same. And key design tip, Nintendo, make sure you use up all the buttons on the controller. I don't like the idea that if you were to use motion controls, then you would have to use it for every single menu input. Make sure the face buttons have shortcuts for actions. Like in a Mii's apartment, have a button be attached to the options you have in there. Up is gifts, left is music, etc. You could even have extra ones like the shoulder buttons taking you directly to the clothes menu or something. And one last thing on this controller topic, do not lock this game to one Joy-Con. I feel like an idiot that I even have to mention this because Nintendo is a genius company, but their Achilles heel is that they are a stupid fucking company. Just let me play with a Pro Controller, guys, and we're all chill. Tiny extra details, like being able to give the Miis a high five in their apartment. I don't know, I just think it's a fun idea. I just thought of another fucking idea. What about instead of, Miis just randomly teleporting to the locations they're set to go to next, you can actually watch them traverse to that area on the overworld map. Like watching Rowley Jefferson take his morning walk to the beach. Letting you see Miis on the map walking around would actually make me come. Jesus, sorry. I don't really have more to add to this point. It's just charming little details like that that go a long way. Speaking of little things... Interactive Mii moments. One of the best parts of Tomodachi Life, and I guess its main appeal now that I'm thinking about it, is simply watching these Miis, observing their day-to-day life. A big way to improve that is to have interactive interiors for your apartments. I would love things like being able to drop an item into the witch's room's cauldrons and then have something rad be brewed up, or be able to play basic arcade games in the soy jack room. But I understand coding that level of interactivity into 100 interiors plus whatever new ones would be added is a lot to ask for. So instead, I would happily settle on seeing the Miis do basic things like use the furniture in their given interiors or play the arcade games themselves, or with friends over. More level up item options too would be great. I think a big thing they need to focus on is the communal aspect between all the Miis. It's fun giving a makeup kit to someone, but I want a bit more interaction with the item when around others, instead of just simply two Miis using the same item together. Oh, how cool would it be if you could give out different instruments instead of just the guitar? You could give a piano, a drum kit, and a microphone to separate Miis and one day find them randomly playing together in someone's apartment, forming their own little band.
Ah, jeez. This is worse than the time I was in Tomodachi Life. Holy fuck, I am in Tomodachi Life!
And then you can even snoop in on some cafe regulars gossiping about this new band on the island and how annoying it is to listen to them sound test. Further Mii customization. I want to give Miis specific interests or hobbies that you can see them take part in randomly, and either cause conflicts or harmony with other islanders. Miis that are great at badminton and have fierce tournaments with each other, and helping a certain Mii rise to glory to conquer the island's champion. Or Miis that love chemistry and can make you medicine for sick islanders. Or ones that love public speaking and give speeches at town hall as to new initiatives on the island. Or Miis that go door-to-door knocking, surveying what the island's residents think you could do to improve the way of living, and then have those Miis report the results back to you. I want to give different tones and voices to everyone. I also want words that are in all caps to change the tone of the Mii's voice. Some line deliveries are jarringly off in Tomodachi Life, because you could tell how the game's writers wanted their joke to be delivered, but the Miis only have one tone of speaking, so the jokes don't quite land, but in an oddly charming way. It's like the Miis are only just learning how to speak and are still adjusting to the cadences of the English language. It is funny, but I would really like it for when my Mii says fuck to really say fuck! Island customization would be nice to make everyone's island just a tad bit different. You get to pick and choose which places the amenities go, or how about changing the designs of them? What about setting up little garden beds, or putting up custom billboards across the island, or even changing the texture of your island's grass? Just small things. How about giving apartment windows each a unique design that matches your Miis, which would also help in better memorization of where everyone is situated? More accessory options like shoes to mix and match outfits with. In a game like Tomodachi Life, more is always better. Except for toilet paper, I'm sick of getting that shit whenever I lose minigames. I'd rather me just laugh at my face. It'd be way less humiliating. Fuck you. Fuck off! The internet and other people's islands interactivity. It's strange, the 3DS had a lot of multiplayer options, Street Pass, Spot Pass, so forth, but within Tomodachi Life itself, there wasn't really a lot of actual multiplayer stuff to do. You had Street Pass, which would import other people's island's main outfit to you, most of them being hideous with 2 capital H's. And you also had traveling kids who have grown up on their respective islands and come to stay the night and beg for money because they decided not to get a job. Fuck off! I don't want to give you 4 play coins for hot cross buns. I'm still trying to fill out my Street Pass puzzle swap puzzles! Look, it's Link. Then there was Spot Pass, which just gave you free items in an update. And finally, the Nintendo Image Share plane thingy-majig, which I never used because the internet was a scary place to me as a kid. And it's even scarier now as an adult!
There's so much
elephant green screen effect.
Yeah, really not a lot of actual multiplayer interactions. So let's change that. I think some sort of location on the island that is designed to see your friends' islands without actually interacting with them is a cool idea. Cool idea. Make the image sharing plane a tiny little airport with a satellite dish to accomplish this. Another really great idea, and a lot of people have had this one too, is the idea of playdates, where you can send one of your Miis over to a friend's island and then have them stay in their apartment with a room designated to them. Then you can interact with them, feed them, give them shit, or maybe even hear about their tales on Comfort Island, or wherever they come from. They could even trade items with you that you don't have, which is something that always bummed me out about the 3DS version. So it'd make filling out your catalogue way easier. They could also interact with your friends' Miis and make memories with them before coming back home and telling you how awesome Hairy Ballsack Island was. Maybe even the option for them to move out to that island, Animal Crossing style. I still want to keep the idea of the campsite, but I think it needs some heavy changes. Let's make it a caravan park on the edge of the beach with amenities and have the travelling children stay and unwind for more than just a day, so I can see them interact with my islanders. What if they had these weird boat caravan type vehicles they use to travel the ocean and rock up to your caravan park with, and you can give them accessories or interiors that you can buy for them at a separate island gift shop. You get to customize your friend's Mii's boat and then have them travel off to other friends' islands, and the cycle repeats, so everyone gets to add a little something of their own to your travelling Mii's getup. You can have this feature either be exclusive to a friend circle on your Switch, or the more dangerous option of making it worldwide, where your Mii travels to random strangers' islands and eventually makes a trip back home someday. And you see different individuals have joined forces and given your travelling Mii's boat an ugly purple interior with drapes you'd see at a nursing home. And for God's sake, they drew you a penis painting and hung it up because Sakurai's penis detection program wasn't implemented into this game. Good job, Nintendo! All in all, I want there to be an indistinguishable line between tourism and terrorism. And my final want is just more new stuff. New events, new outfits, new foods, new interiors, flat out new stores or new places on the island you can visit. I want to give myself a pet bird. New things the Miis can talk about to you, and also talk shit about you. New types of bonds they can form with others, like mentor roles or competitive frenemies. I just want new stuff. New stuff. Give me new stuff. Come on, Nintendo, give me new stuff here. Come on. New. Gimme. Thanks for watching.